from the top. Welcome, everybody. My name is Danielle. I am here in Maine, and I'm going to share with you tonight why I believe the home party is one of the most effective ways to share 7K. And that is what we're doing, right? We are taking people from knowing nothing about 7K to knowing something. And while we're doing that activity, it requires us to share. So I just want to be clear, Louis, I can see you. Are there boxes blocking my screen or no? You can see my screen fully?
I can, well, I mean, your video is off to the side of you.
Okay, perfect.
And it's got the main picture that you have up, the home party.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. So I believe there are 3 shares, and one of them being, and I'm starting again because we're recording, one of them being sit downs, one-on-ones, come over to my house to have coffee. Let me come to your house. Let's meet at a coffee shop so I can share this with you. The other way is to do a Zoom if somebody's not local to you, right? Or people aren't, wanting to come over, you're not comfortable having somebody in your home, you can certainly do Zooms. Those are super effective. And in 2020, I think we all became really good at Zooming. And even those who haven't, I have helped people who've never Zoomed in their lives Zoom to learn about 7K. So everybody can Zoom, right? And then finally, throwing it back to old school, the in-home party. And so as I was saying, I don't get caught up on semantics. Sometimes I've heard, like people who are training saying, oh, we don't call them home parties anymore. I'm calling it a home party because it's in a home and it's a party as far as I'm concerned. And I'll never forget when I got started back in 2006, this was the way that we shared. We shared through home parties. And the first thing we did, it was a very system-based company. And I basically said, show me what I need to do because I want to get to where you are. I had a leader that was mentoring me, and she told me what I needed to do. And the first thing she said is get out your calendar and you need to book 6 parties this month. And I was like, okay. She said, we're launching you. So your first 2 are in your home. And then the other 4, you're going to ask somebody else to get a group of people together. And so that's what I did. And that's what I did to grow my business. And I will tell you, it is super effective. At first, I was kind of like, oh, really? But it is the most, I think, effective way. Why? Because of, let's go over the reasons. This is about working smarter, not harder, okay? You can condense time frames because if you think about it, if you have a home get together where you invite people into your home, you invite, let's say 10 people come over, rather than you meeting with 10 different people 10 different times, you're getting them all in one moment to hear the same information. So that is about being smarter with your time and not having to work as hard. All right. The next reason is it's fun. These are good times. And that was the thing that surprised me the most. The minute I had 2 under my belt, I was like, this is so fun. Now, granted, I was a young mom. I was in my 30s. My kids were young. So for me, it was like, sorry, I got to go. It was my night out. I was a stay-at-home mom. So it was like my break. It was my thing. And I had a lot of fun. Why? Because it was community. It was getting together with people. It was connecting. It was building relationships. It was, hearing people's stories, listening to them as they shared ultimately their whys often. At that time I was sharing skincare and makeup. So a lot of that was pertaining to that. But every once in a while, they would give me the reason why they needed to also take advantage and build themselves a side income. So, and again, I think in 2022, now more than ever, people are seeking community. And this is just a great way to do that, to create community around you. Again, these are for people who are local to you, okay? The other reason I love home parties is because you can do one and you don't have to know anything. You could literally sign somebody up tomorrow morning, and that night they could be hosting their first in-home get together. And I will tell you, there are go-getters out there who are praying for this opportunity, and who, if you said to them, can you get people to your house tonight? They would say, absolutely. And they would do it. Okay. So they don't need to know anything. We can talk as their coaches, their mentor, we coach them right through how to do it. And the key is to keep it so simple. And what do you mean you don't need to have any previous knowledge? Well, because we have third-party tools. Hit play and get out of the way. That was the motto of a company that I was with, that somebody on here is actually still with. And it was really what built that company to $1 billion company, was the simplicity of pressing play and getting out of the way. You didn't have to be the expert. You didn't have to know everything. That for me was a game changer, because in my first company, we were the message. I had to learn. I had like a little flip chart that I had to go through. I had to speak in front of a group for 30 minutes and give them the history of mineral oil and why, you don't want mineral oil in your products and yada, yada, yada. Now, I didn't mind doing that because I'm comfortable talking in front of a large or just a group of people. But I can't tell you how many people I would ask after, is there any part of this that you think, you would be interested? Do you think you'd ever want to share this with your friends? And they're like, I love what you did. It looks great, but I don't ever want to get in front of a room. When you can instead stand in front of a room, say, hello, thanks for coming. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is why I love 7K. And then step out of the way and press play and let a video do all of the talking. That's a total game changer. Now, everybody who's sitting there hearing the information is looking at your example and they're saying, well, I can do this too, right? Lisa's all she did was introduce herself. She, maybe if your mentor is local or your coach or you have support local, have them come help you. If they're not, that's okay too. Lisa, our newest member, is in California. I'm in Maine. I can absolutely support Lisa from Maine to her living room in California, because I can zoom into her party, or she can put me on a call and put me on speaker and I can be the expert that way. Okay. But if you do have somebody local, absolutely bring them in. But anyway, as they're watching your model, they're saying, you know what? I could do this. I don't have to be the expert. I don't have to get up in front of the room, especially your introverts who would cringe at the thought of having to get up maybe and present, or you're super shy people. They are like, wait a minute, I can do this. I can I can connect my USB or screen mirror, my computer or my phone to my TV, which, by the way, YouTube has all of the videos on how to do all of that. And I can play a video from my app. So anybody can do it. Now, our goal, right, is it's about getting butts in seats. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get this information in front of people and let them sort themselves. Now, obviously, there has to be an invite. So number one, I can't stress this enough. Do not send a blast email invite. Chances are you're going to get a very low turnout, because it's not a personal invite. They're going to be like, oh, I'm one of how many people that got this message. She probably just went through her contact list and added us all. She's not even going to notice if I don't show up, or he's not even going to notice if I don't come to the, if you do a personal invite with a call, that's a telephone, by the way, it's going to be much more effective. Again, they can hear your voice. If you are going to, some people love to do invites. All right. If you are, and I don't even know, we used to do evites. I don't even know if evites are still a thing. They probably are. If you're going to do an evite or a handwritten invitation, make sure there is a call that goes with it to say, hey, did you get my evite? Or knock, knock, knock. Maybe you'd go deliver the invitation. Okay. As long as it's your voice that's inviting. Now, I'm going to give you a script. I know some people love scripts. Okay. This is it's just kind of a structure for you. You do not have to repeat this verbatim. I probably won't even repeat it verbatim, but if you want to take a picture, you can. You know, I know some people like to have that kind of model. So I'll just give you an example. If I were calling Louis and be like, hey, Louis, hey, how are you? Listen, I only have a few minutes. All right. And I wanted to reach out. Now I'm saying I only have a few minutes because I'm busy. I got another whole list of people I got to call, but I also don't want to spend time on the phone with Louis asking me questions. All right. Because I want him to see the information. I want him to come so that he can see it. So I start right up front. I only have a few minutes, but I wanted to reach out. All right. Yeah. Listen, I know obviously everything's crazy with our economy. And the reason I'm calling Louis is because Mark and I were introduced to a solution. And we feel so passionate about this that we want to share this with our friends. And Louis, I thought of you. So are you free Thursday night between 6 and 7?
I'll take 3 premiums. Yes.
Well, listen, Louis, if you're free, I'd love for you to come by and listen. And please know, this is not a sales pitch. All right. I don't want you to feel any kind of pressure. I'm going to have some apps. We'll have some drinks. You're going to listen. It's either going to resonate or it's not. It may or may not be for you. So, right, we're giving them the out. I just think it's important for all of us to know what our options are, Louis. And I love you and I care about you. And I want to make sure you're getting yourself prepared. Are you coming? Can I count on you to come?
I'll be there. Thank you for thinking of me.
All right. So something along those lines. All right. From your heart, the way you would say it. But definitely there's keys in there, right? You're looking out for them. You're reaching out because you care about them. This isn't a sales pitch. It's okay if it's not for them. You're inviting them into your home. It's going to be fun, right? Drinks. You're going to see people you haven't seen in a while. Come on over. Okay. So there's the invite. Now, oftentimes when we are on a call with somebody, they're going to start asking questions. So obviously, if the questions start, if it's a simple like, okay, so you found what, are you talking about like an investment? Yeah, actually, yes. What kind of investment? Crypto, actually gold and silver. Okay. So you can have those kind of rebuttals. Keep in mind, you told them you don't have a lot of time. So you have an easy out. Okay. Let me just put it this way. Pretend Louis asking me this. Let me put it this way, Louis. I never thought in a million years that I would be talking to people about gold and silver. So I just want you to come see what I saw. You decide if it's for you or not. All right. And then if he keeps asking questions, that's a great question. I can't do the information justice. That's why you need to come by. Just come by and see the presentation. Okay, great. And I got to hop off. Remember, I told you I didn't have a lot of time. I got to hop off. So now you've got your out to hop off the phone because some people will keep asking you questions and you may find yourself answering them. The minute you notice you're answering them, that's when you're like, and it's okay, right? We all do it. Sometimes we start vomiting. Just stop yourself and say, listen, I would love to answer your questions. I have to go. Come by. You're going to hear the whole thing. And that's it. The other thing I highly recommend is have a backup date. When you do plan your in-home event, plan 2, okay? So that if somebody says they can't make it, you've got a second date. Hey, oh, you can't come Thursday? Hey, no problem. I'm doing one next Tuesday as well. That works? Awesome. Great. Same time, 6 o'clock. All right. I have been trained in the past where you can actually even ask people to bring something. Like you could say, Louis, can you bring the ice? Karen, can you bring the chips? Lisa, can you bring cookies? Whatever it is, if you ask people to bring something, then they're definitely going to show up because now you're counting on them. So that's a little tip. I know it works. Okay, now the actual event. All right, the setup. Keep it simple. All right. You do not have to have an elaborate spread. Now, I know there are some people, and here's the thing, I want you to remember this. You may be sitting there saying, the thought of doing one of these, I'm cringing about it, or, oh, I'm dreading this. hopefully you're like, I'm going to push through and I'm going to do it because I understand what I do duplicates. However, what I want you to keep in mind, you are going to have people come on your team who are the social butterflies. They are the party throwers. So they're going to love this. All right. So for those who love to throw parties, get-togethers, happy hours, dinner parties, whatever it is, make sure they keep it simple, right? I've gone and people have had full-on spreads, and people, again, they go there and they're like, this is amazing, but I can't do this. I don't have the time to cook all this. I don't have the time to prepare this. I can't afford to feed this many people, right? Keep it simple. Tea and cookies, wine and cheese, beer and pretzels, juice and fruit, water and bread, whatever. Just keep it super simple. Just have like a little bite so that people, are engaged while they're having, when they're first getting there. The next thing you want to have out is have your coins, right? Your collectible coins. You can have those showcased. I know Penny has done many of these, and she sets up a little table with her coins. You can have bullion, and then even your vault reports. When those vault reports come in every month, save those, because you can have those out on your table where your snacks are or where your coins are. And then you want to be super efficient with your time. This is an event, so you have to be the event planner. You're all of it. You're the host, you're planning the event. You're, again, if your support is local, they'll be there to help you. If they're not, you're the one doing it. So you want to make sure you start on time. You have to be a timekeeper as well. So if it starts at 6, people start coming in at 6, give about 25 minutes for the social, right? Getting people their snacks, drinks, catching up. How are you? Everybody's mingling, talking. As you're doing that, I will tell you, anytime I went to an event, let's say it was a friend who hosted for me. Now I'm out of my warm market and I'm at another event, or I'm there as your support. I'm your expert. I brought you into the business. I'm there to help you on your launch. I'm having conversations with people and I'm asking questions and I'm listening, because in those 25 minutes, I guarantee if you're in conversations with people and you're sharing and you're listening, when I say sharing, hey, my name is Danielle. How are you? Oh, where are you from? Oh, sharing a little bit about you, and then just asking questions and listening. They are going to give you their why. They're going to give you their why that they need the membership, or they're going to give you the why they need the opportunity. Okay. So be a good listener, and you'll hear that door will open. You don't have to say anything in that moment. You're keeping notes on that. Maybe you even have a little notepad, where you're off to the side writing down, Joe, his wife just got laid off, or so-and-so, they just lost their insurance, right? You're taking little notes. And then you call everybody in. So now maybe you were in the kitchen. Now everybody's going to move into the living room. Okay. As everybody sits down, you're going to do a quick welcome. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for coming by. It means so much to me that you took the time to come tonight. I have invited you because this is something that I am very passionate about, and I wanted to share it with all of you because I know we're all in the same boat right now, and we're all looking for ways to get through these times in our economy. And I found something and it makes sense to me. You're going to listen. If it makes sense to you, great. If not, that's okay too. I just appreciate you coming. So thanks so much. Now, if you have your expert there, then you'll do maybe a quick introduction. I'm so excited that, my friend Karen is here with me. Karen is the one who introduced me. Oh, Kathy introduced me, but I'm pretending I'm looking at Karen saying Karen introduced me. And so I'm excited because she's going to share a little bit afterwards. But for now, everybody just sit back. The video, here's the other thing. I always set people up for their expectations, right? The video is 18 minutes. We're going to watch the video. So if you need a drink or you need something to eat, grab it now. If you need to go to the bathroom, do that now. And then we're going to get the video started. You're going to listen in. You're going to hear about the membership. This is what I always do too, guys. And you're also going to hear at the end that if you wanted to share, you could actually, the company would reward you for doing that. But that is not a requirement. In fact, 85% of our people are just members using it for themselves. Okay. So, and then that's it. You have set the stage. They know what to expect. There's no surprises. They know how long they're sitting there. And then I sit down and I press play. And we watch the presentation and I let the video do the talking for me. Why? Because I'm modeling the system and I want people to look at me and say, I can do what she's doing, right? Now I could get up, I could do the slides, absolutely. But I think there's power in pressing play. Once the presentation is done, now it's 6:45. I have here Q&A with an expert. It doesn't have to be a Q&A. It can be the sharing of a story. So let's just say I'm done and Kathy Guzzo is going to be my expert. Kathy's in Louisiana. I'm in Alabama. I'm in Maine. So Kathy can't come into my living room. However, I can pre-set it up that Kathy is going to Zoom in. And then Kathy's going to come on as my expert, share the story, maybe share her story, share what it's done for her, why she's loving it. And then she may say, are there, does anybody have any questions? And then she would field the questions on my behalf. And then she would close the room for me. If you guys are ready, let Danielle know, grab yourself a membership and let's get you started. And then that's it. Okay. So it's that simple. And then everybody is out the door, 7 o'clock. You might have some stragglers, either people who want to stay and socialize or people who want to get memberships. Hopefully it goes beyond 7 because you're busy signing people up. Have your laptop available, have your iPad available, have your website up, ready to bring people on with the membership. Okay. The other great thing you can do when you're having an in-home event, let's say I did call Karen and Karen said, yeah, I'll come. I said, Karen, if you have any friends who have the same concerns, bring them along with you. So you can have your guests bring friends with them. That's, all the better, right? And so that night you might end up signing up a guest who ends up signing up their guests who can't come over, and you could create an associate in one event at your home. It is that powerful. I have seen amazing things happen. There's something about the energy when people are in a room together and they start the conversation and they get excited and they see us, especially now, people are looking for solutions. This is a solution. And when they hear it together, it just creates it. It raises that vibration and it creates that excitement, and people they don't want to miss out. People have a fear of missing out, fear of loss. They don't want to be left behind. And there's just a great chance that you're going to have multiple signups. Here's some quick tips. Before you're doing this, obviously, the tip is that you're not planning this alone. You've contacted your mentor. They're either coming to your house or you have them set up in their schedule to be your expert, and they're going to Zoom in. Okay. So you want to just be organized with that. Here's this is funny. Have less seats than people. You don't want to have, let's say you invited 20 people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm coming. And you put 20 chairs out and only 5 people show up. You don't want to have 15 empty chairs, right? It is just leave the house as is. If you've invited 20 people and you have to drag in chairs, that's a good thing. Okay. So less seats than people. If you need to bring the chairs in, that's a good thing. These are just little things, but they really, really make a big difference. Okay. As the presentation is playing, make sure you are sitting down, tuned in. You're not talking to your guests. You're not answering their questions. Sometimes they're going to try to talk to you, say, just like super polite, be like, and point back to the TV. I'll talk to you after. Point to the TV. And then you're just leaning in and you're watching like you've never watched it before.
You need help?
Timing.
I know, of course.
Do
you need help?
No.
Oh, Karen, can you mute yourself? Wait,
I'm sorry.
no, that's okay.
Pop the talker.
Okay. So I thought she was so excited that she was ready to sign up.
She was role playing how to be at the home gatherings.
Yeah, see, it happens. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to leave I've seen sometimes my my brand new person, all of a sudden they go back into the kitchen, they start doing dishes while their guests are watching. No, you want to be right there with them. You want to be eyes on. They're looking, they're like, wow, she's into this. And I'm telling you, every time I watch the presentation, I'm ready to sign up again. I do get excited. So it's only going to lift your vibration so that when you're done, you're like excited, and maybe you're going to say something that you forgot to say at the beginning, where, you're going to give them your why, maybe a more personal why, or what the membership's done for you. So just be there, be present, be excited. Let them see that. All right. And that's it, guys. That's really, and I'm going to say again, even if you're sitting here and you're like, well, I know Mark, if Mark were here right now, even though Mark has always been a good student, right? We're students. When we become new members and we want to share, we want to build a business, we have to see ourselves as students, because we're going to be coached, and you want to be coachable. You want to be able to be taught, because this is something different than maybe you've ever done before. And Mark has always done the parties. A lot of times guys are like, some guys don't mind. They're like, oh, I'll have my buddies over to watch this. Here's the thing with men, or even with women who maybe aren't into the big party thing. The thing about it is, while it may not be your thing, I can guarantee if you're sharing this, you're going to find people who are the best at in-home events. And you're going to be so happy you did, because the people who grow the fastest businesses, the reason why our businesses exploded in that company, why we went to a billion in 5 years as a company, was because it was house party after house party across towns, states, across the country, and then eventually across the world, of people just getting together, getting people in their homes, sharing the information. And if you take this from your head to your heart, and you think about right now, the state of the world today was an absolute disaster in the economy. Bitcoin dropped, everything's dropped today. People are panicking, they're worried, they're losing sleep. See it as a mission, like, come to my house. I have something, you need to see it. I am so passionate about helping as many people as I can. I do believe there's a sense of urgency. I'm doing this Thursday night. Can you come? You're not free? All right, listen, don't worry. By the way, guess what? When I was doing this training, guess what I decided? I'm having an in-home event Thursday night. I already started my reach outs and my invitations, because I'm like, I haven't done one in a long time. I'm like, I can't teach this and not be doing it. So I'm doing it. I'm doing one Thursday night, and I had my first, I can't make it. And I said, don't worry, I'm doing one next week. I don't even have the date set yet, but now it's going to force me. I'm going to have another one next week, because I'm going to keep having them until I get these people into my house, right? I'm just going to keep offering it. I am passionate. I do believe that we need to help people, and people need this, and we can make a huge impact. We can help save people. Honestly, I used to think I was saving people with natural health products. Now I see that I'm saving people for their livelihoods, right? To be able to feed their families, to take care of themselves, to take care of their children and their parents. You guys, this is such a gift. And the more we share, I just believe the easier it's going to be as we navigate through these unprecedented times. The more we can share this and bless people with it, the easier it will be on us, because we'll have more and more people in our community who are empowering themselves. So I will stop there. And let me just see what time it is. 8:37. All right. I can take, if anybody has a couple questions, or we can maybe take 2 questions. If not, we can end. Just looking at the comments. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, Rui, you talking about throwback? All right. But yeah. All right. Nobody has any questions? Any comments, any shares, anything you want to add? All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. And I do challenge you to get your calendar out, plan somehow to get people with you. Preferably this was in your home. If it's not in your home, take it to them. But I do challenge you to do an in-person event and bring people together for community and for fellowship and for the future, for their future. All right. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a beautiful night. And don't forget, we have our corporate call at 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's in about an hour and 20 minutes. So whatever time zone you're in. And hopefully we're going to hear tonight about when the next coin drop is. And if you're brand new, this coin is the end of a series, the Pearl Harbor series. It's going to be dropped this week. And there's talk that this coin could be the coin of the year. So this is a coin you're not going to want to miss. It actually has a piece of the Pearl Harbor, the decking of the Pearl Harbor in the coin. Absolutely stunning. So I hope they announce it tonight. Who knows? Maybe it'll be tonight. Otherwise, it'll be sometime this week. So thanks so much, everybody. Hope you have a fabulous night, and I will talk to you soon. Is there a link for tonight? Roxy, you should have gotten an email from 7K announcing the corporate call. If not, you can go to besttrainingtips.com. Write that in. Go to the calendar, and you will see Monday corporate call. You click on that, and you will have the link. It'll bring you right in. Okay, besttrainingtips.com. I sent that to somebody privately by mistake. There you go. All right. So have a great night, everybody.